get to work in a communicative way, talking to a lot of different people, getting a lot of communication opportunities in a very short period of time. Those mingling activities, called mingling because you're mingling around, are very fast ways of getting a lot of information quite quickly, a lot of language practice quite quickly. In those activities, who's doing all the work? The students. The teacher is coordinating, but the students are doing all the work. Doing those kinds of activities where the students are exchanging information, the students are asking each other questions, makes the students do the work, not the teacher. The teacher gives instructions, that's it. Walks around, finds out how students are doing, but it's the students that do the work. Restructuring the classroom, breaking down the classroom structure so that you're not just sitting in your seats listening to the teacher all the time. So you're using different structures. Is important, but you have to do it with a purpose in mind. The purpose of the first activity, the Find Someone Who, was to get you to find a partner to work with, and then we move on to a pair work activity where you're working together. The purpose of this activity was to find out what background information do you know about this person, and to share that information across the class. So rather than me standing at the front saying, what do you know about this man? And getting the swotty students, the ones who are always answering the questions, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them who are always answering questions, rather than having them do the work, then everybody does the work at the same time. It's more democratic, it's more communicative. Again, you need to have a clear reason for the change, giving clear, easy instructions. My instructions are only 1 or 2 lines. That's it. Very simple. Making the language that you need to use clear at the beginning. So, for example, the favourite movie one. I could prepare the students before that by getting them to learn question form or the grammar form that you want them to use for the lesson. I don't need to do that with you guys because you're English teachers, but there needs to be some kind of preparation before that communication happens. If they know the structure already, you don't need that kind of preparation. If the students are using the wrong question form or getting the form wrong, you need to give them feedback on that and get them to correct it while they are doing it, not after they've done it, while they are doing it. So if you walk around and you hear a student making a mistake, you might want to tell them and get them to correct it so that they have another opportunity to use the structure immediately. Correcting them after they've got it wrong is useless. Correcting it when they have the need to get it right is better. You can also change the task a little and then repeat it. So you're doing a similar task, but with different questions or different purpose. So with the movie one, I might change that to music, favourite group or artist, for example, a second time, so they get another chance to practice that and do it. It really depends on what the topic is you're leading up to. What's the connection between what you're doing now and what you're going to do next? How do you move from one to other. This is all a process of stirring and settling. Stirring as in stirring a cup of tea. You're stirring up the class, getting them to get into a big whirl, and then give them something to calm them down and work on together. The classroom process should be a whole series of stirring, settling, stirring, settling, stirring, settling. That takes care of disruptive students, the naughty boys at the back, the ones who are always standing up and wanting to make paper airplanes and throw things. If they're standing up and you're building that into your lesson plan, that you're going to stir and stir and settle, their energy gets used up in the stirring. And they have time to settle down before they know that another stirring activity is coming up. This is when you're stirring the classroom.